Hello guys and welcome back to another CH weather video. Today we're going to be discussing the upcoming risk of flooding and severe weather on Wednesday and Thursday, also parts of Monday and Tuesday. So first, looking at the day 3 excessive rainfall outlook, you can see a moderate rainfall outlook has been issued for Memphis, Tennessee, and any area in red. This includes cities such as Jonesboro, Clarksville, Jackson, Paducah, Hopkinsville, Evansville, Owensboro, Louisville, Columbus, Indiana, Greenwood, and Bloomington. This stretches into parts of far western Cincinnati. A moderate risk is at least a 40% risk of excessive rainfall and flash flooding within 25 miles of a given point. So if you're anywhere along the Mississippi River and the Ohio River, anywhere that is susceptible to flooding, you definitely need to be on the lookout. We're not done there. Day 4, boom, another moderate risk, 40%. Stretches for very similar areas. I think some areas are in the same, too. Conway, so Hot Springs, Conway, Pine Bluff, Collierville, Memphis, Jonesboro, Jackson, Paducah, Hopkinsville, Clarksville, Evansville, Owensboro, Elizabethtown, Louisville, Frankfort, Maysville, and Cincinnati, Ohio. So again, anywhere along these rivers, if you need to be prepared if you're anywhere in this moderate risk for the risk of flooding. And guess what? Still not done. Day 5, moderate risk for mainly Arkansas. This stretches a little bit northeast of Dallas. So Texarkana, Fort Smith, Russellville, Hot Springs, Conway, Jonesboro, Popular Bluff, into Cape Girardeau. Girardeau. I do not know how to say that, but I know if you live there, you probably know what I'm talking about. At least I hope so. So again, anywhere in that moderate risk needs to be on the lookout. The fire weather risk is an elevated risk for day 1. This is New Mexico, but as of recording this, it's already 9:16 p.m. So that's probably over. Looking at the day 2 outlook, which will be what most of you guys will be seeing when I upload this. You'll probably be watching this on the 1st of July, I think. June. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. Critical fire risk has been issued for areas of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. I'm struggling with doing this because I've already recorded this video 2 separate times and messed it up both times after like 15 minutes in, which is very annoying. So now looking at the actual severe weather risk, you can see a enhanced risk has been issued for very similar areas to the severe weather outbreaks that we've been seeing recently. It includes areas such as Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, and Nashville, Tennessee. I know the Storm Prediction Center is discussing upgrading an area in here to a moderate 4 out of 5 risk due to the increased threat for tornadoes in the South and parts of the Midwest. Look at the probabilistic outlook. You can see a 30% hatched risk of severe weather. And if we look through all these words, kind of skim through, you can see Midwest to the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley. In fact, do I have a highlighter tool? I don't think I do. Okay. Wait, I do. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So you can see for the Ohio Valley, whoa. Support a threat of damaging winds and tornadoes, and that's all if surface-based storms can be sustained. Mid-Mississippi Valley and vicinity are expecting widespread thunderstorms. The only problem is the environment will be quite favorable for tornadic supercells. Let me scroll down a little bit, and they all move with it, which is kind of sad. So again, the environment will be quite favorable for tornadic supercells. That's not the highlighter tool. I'm learning this, guys. Give me a break. So significant tornadoes will be possible if supercells can be sustained and scattered to widespread damaging winds and large to very large hail. So a very large threat in the mid-Mississippi Valley and vicinity. And then southern plains into Texas overnight, you can see there's a threat for hail and damaging winds with a small tornado threat if storms evolve in the vicinity of the surface boundary. Going to the, looking at the reports for yesterday's severe weather outbreak, you can see the hail risk was mainly focused to the south here in areas of Arkansas, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, and Tennessee, while the wind threat the wind reports were more focused on the northern side of this storm system, including Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. You can see there's 16 tornado reports. It's not the highlighter. 16 tornado reports, 302 wind reports, and 164 hail reports. I know somewhere up here in Michigan, there was a wind report of a 96 mile per hour gust. These two red dots in Ohio right here are around where I live. We actually had a tornado warning and a confirmed tornado at my house, which was pretty crazy and not what I expected yesterday. But good thing my family was weather aware. Looking at the surface reflectivity, this is a simulated model. This is the NAM 3 kilometer. You can see the storms begin forming over Kansas, and as they move east, they die off, and then they flare back up for that enhanced risk on Wednesday into Thursday. You can see they start as a supercellular threat in this area. That's why we're kind of expecting a risk of tornadoes down there. But keep in mind, just the tornado risk could also move north and also move maybe a little bit to the south. As this propagates to the east, you can see some of them congeal into a line for more of a risk of damaging winds, but that is as far out as this model goes. The jet stream is one major reason for this storm. If I bring this to Wednesday, you can see this is what is called a negatively tilted trough, and this is what kind of causes the initiation of these storms. If I find the right time, right here, this is on Wednesday. You can see if you follow these lines where there's a little bit of a disturbance, it goes in this direction. So if you think of a coordinate plane, here you have, sorry for the math lesson, x-axis, y-axis, and if you had a tornado, if you had a line going through here, that's positively tilted. If you had a line going through there, that's negatively tilted. So same as math, if any of you guys are in a math class. So that is negatively tilted, which is a kind of hallmark thing with tornado systems and severe weather outbreaks. So that's very much something to watch out for. Now, this threat doesn't seem to end anytime soon. You can see a ridge builds up, and you can have all that moisture rising in from the Gulf of Mexico, warm air, all the moisture, dew points, all that rises in, and then you have a cold front. Which is right here. This is this trough that digs through, and it's going to cause some storms in the conflicting area, maybe some rain as well. And then again, you have a ridge build up right there. This is on April 12th. And then you have another trough go through the United States. So this is kind of like a fire hose slide system for storms across the eastern coast of the United States and the Midwest. So be ready, guys. Dew points, just a quick look at some of the severe weather ingredients that we're looking at for Wednesday. We're really far out, so looking at this as of now is kind of not really pointless, but it's far out, so these things can change. All I'm trying to point out is that the dew points in the severe weather area, this enhanced risk, are very much conducive of storms. So just kind of pointing out that dew points are good. Then here is the total accumulated precipitation. Whoa, where am I going? This is the GFS model. You can see areas of Missouri, Arkansas, Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. These yellow colors are upwards of a foot of rain, 12 inches, 14 inches, 16 inches, up to maybe 20 inches of rain, and that will cause a ton of flooding anywhere in this area. The reds are 7 to 8 inches of rain, and the purples are dark purples are 5 inches of rain, and the light purples are anywhere above 2 inches of rain. So if you're anywhere in this red and dark purple, you definitely need to be weather aware for this risk of flooding. You can see this lines up pretty well with the moderate risk of flooding. And if I keep moving that forward, you can see more rain keeps going through the same areas. The temperature anomaly, just kind of looking at the temperature, you can see it gets warm. That's because of the ridge that builds up, and then the cold front crashes through. That's what causes the storms. Then you have another ridge that builds up. Then you have a cold front that crashes through. That brings storms. Then you have a ridge that builds up, and then a cold front that crashes through that causes storms. So it's same thing happening over and over again. Looking at the actual Climate Prediction Center, let's see, 6 to 10 day temperature and precipitation outlook. Let me zoom this in a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. You can see we're expecting below average temperatures from Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Actually, very below average temperatures, and then really just below average temperatures anywhere on the eastern coast, past Colorado and New Mexico. And then above average temperatures, especially in Washington, that's anywhere west of this area, kind of the Tornado Alley area. Then looking at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, I was wondering this, but I'm sure some of you guys are wondering as well, even though I only have like 3 viewers, which is fine. I'm thankful for all of you. Did not mean to move that. You can see that there's not really, it's not saying above average precipitation for this area in the moderate risk. And the reason for that is this is for April 6th through April 10th. The flooding risk is on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So that's why there's nothing like that. So, but what we're expecting is from April 6th to April 10th, some above average rainfall in Florida and parts of the southern and east coast, and some below average practically everywhere else in the United States. That's all I have for you guys today. Trying to keep it a little short and sweet. As we get closer, we'll get more into the actual threat for storms, but we're a little far out from Wednesday. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.